We've still got one more group to join us. They are the most heroic, the most courageous, and the most inspiring living proof that breast cancer can be braved, battled, and beaten. They embody the true power of 39. Here they are, the breast cancer survivors of the 2015 Avon 39 Santa Barbara. Welcome, survivors, and thank you. Thank you for showing us, Southern California and the world, that while you might have or have had breast cancer, it certainly doesn't have you. Those of you who were at yesterday's opening ceremony got to hear briefly from one of our inspiring survivors. And now she's back to tell you a little bit more of her story. Please welcome Amanda Gatto.
Thank you. You guys are beautiful. Thank you. I remember the day my mom told me she had breast cancer. It was 5 years ago. I was 21 years old, and I was so scared. She told us over dinner like it wasn't that big of a deal. She was so optimistic. I know her strength and her inspiration came from her mom, my grandma, who was diagnosed in the 80s. My grandma was so strong all those years ago, and I know that same strength was in my mom too. 2 years later, they found a lump in my breast. And even though the doctors told me I was too young and that I probably just had dense breasts, I knew it was my turn. I just knew it. The strength that passed down to my mother would have to continue its journey to me because I had breast cancer. I was only 24 years old. The timing is never good to get a diagnosis like that, but mine came just as my fiance Vince and I were planning our wedding. I looked to my mom, who had finished her treatments, for strength and optimism. She gave it to me and then some. Immediately following my diagnosis, I had a bilateral mastectomy, and 6 weeks later, Vince and I got married. I got permission from my doctor to begin chemo after we returned from our honeymoon, so we headed off into the sunset, doing our best to act and feel like a regular bride and groom. When I got back, the news of my mom's recurrence hit me like a ton of bricks. It had spread, and it was bad. But she remained as strong and optimistic as ever, even when we'd sit together during chemo sessions, sharing wonderful, if not unusual, mother-daughter time, and I'll never forget that. 6 months later, we lost her. She was so strong to the very end. As it turns out, that strength did get passed down to me, just like the breast cancer did. I think I realized it even more after I lost my mom. Because I've needed that strength to get up each day in a world without her. A world that can hold such amazing beauty and still deliver such heartbreaking loss. It's that strength that's helped me to take over my mom's role in our family business, that's helped me get through my own recurrence just a year ago. I'm good. And that powered me to bounce back from the tough news to walk my first Avon walk last year. Last year, I walked for my mom. This year, my amazing team, Walkers for Knockers, love you guys, came back for her, for me, for my little niece and nephew, and my little cousin, and for all the women and men who have come before me, and for our teammate Evelyn. We love you, Evelyn. I love you so much. Because this disease has got to stop. And because we are so much better together than we are apart. The money we've raised this weekend will help people who have limited resources, limited support, and limited strength. I know that the strength my grandmother gave to my mom and then to me will help me beat this disease. I just know that. And if I'm lucky enough, I'll be able to pass on that same strength to the next generation, and the next, and the next. But because of people like you and events like this, someday only the strength will get passed down, not the disease. On behalf of every life you're saving, life just like mine, thank you for taking this journey with me this weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, Amanda, for sharing your story. We are so glad to have you as part of the Avon 39 family. Because of what you've all accomplished this weekend, we expect more stories of survival like Amanda's. More people will meet breast cancer head-on and have the support they need to defeat it. Speaking of support, Avon 39 happens in part because of the generous support of our family of sponsors. First and foremost, thank you to Reebok, our national sponsor, back for their 10th year of support. Thank you to our official sponsors and suppliers, PLS Financial Services, Don Francisco's Coffee, and American Medical Response, and our Santa Barbara medical sponsor, John Wayne Cancer Institute at Providence St. John's Health Center, for making sure we stayed healthy all weekend long. And a special thank you to all of our dedicated volunteers who have worked hard from Check-In Friday to helping us clean up after today's ceremony. Thank you. At every walk since 2003, in every city, Avon 39ers do extraordinary things. They ignore blisters and body aches to help save the lives of people they might never meet. And they help push our world closer to our shared vision to end breast cancer. While the end of this disease is our common goal, 39ers conquered the Avon 39 this weekend for many different reasons. Our 39 was for people we hold in our hearts, and in some cases in our memories. This weekend, 39ers wore connection bands that represent who our 39 is for. Your 39 might be for yourself because you are a breast cancer survivor. Your 39 might be for someone you love because you know someone who is battling breast cancer right now. Your 39 might be for someone you miss because you've lost someone to breast cancer. Or your 39 might be for everyone because we all deserve the chance to live a full life without breast cancer and are determined to see that vision come true. We're getting closer to that day, made evident by this weekend's longtime survivors who are in our midst. So while yesterday morning we mentioned the names of those in our Avon 39 community who have been recently diagnosed in the past year, today we celebrate those who are proud to call themselves survivors for 5 years or more. Like Lori Beck, who was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer that had spread all the way to her neck. She has defied the odds and walked with us this weekend as a 5-year survivor. Like Audra Stepp, a 2-time survivor who joined us from Boynton Beach, Florida this weekend to walk her 5th Avon walk to help crush breast cancer and to celebrate 10 years from her first diagnosis. And Gail Hosick-Spies was diagnosed within 6 months of her twin sister when they were in their early 40s. This weekend she earned her first 39, and both she and her sister are proud to be 21-year breast cancer survivors. Other longtime survivors in our community include Grace Hastings, Sandra Sasser, Rita Casey, Donna Stevens, and Sue Emmer. While we have much progress to celebrate today, there is also the reality that there's still a long road ahead. Even with the advances in early detection and medical treatments, someone in America is diagnosed with breast cancer every 3 minutes. That's 670 women and men in the short time we've been together. We also take a moment to remember those we've lost to the disease, the people we love who could have walked or crewed with us this weekend, but heartbreakingly, they are only able to be with us in spirit. To honor them, we pause to remember those we've lost with a moment of silent reflection. Thank you. There are many amazing things about Avon 39. The community, the inspiration, the portable toilets, the showers, and the fact that our 39ers in Santa Barbara raised more than $5.3 million. But one of the most amazing things about this event is that you get to see your hard work pay off right before your eyes. Joining me on stage are the doctors, researchers, and other medical professionals who are going to take the money you've raised and use it to help change lives and to help save lives. What you have done has a tangible impact in the real world of fighting breast cancer. Your 39 is well worth it because, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you have made possible.
From the Breast Cancer Resource Center of Santa Barbara, Pam Truax accepts a grant of $25,000.
Thanks to all of you, this grant will provide breast health education and access to screening for underserved and low-income women of Santa Barbara County. Thank you, 39ers!
Representing the Beckman Research Institute of City of Hope, Jennifer Hayter accepts a grant of $75,000.
Thank you for this incredible support. This grant will help us provide lymphedema education, prevention, and management for rural cancer patients through telehealth services. Thank you.
Representing the Cancer Center of Santa Barbara, Tammy Stoccaro accepts a grant of $100,000.
Walkers, crew, and donors, thanks to all of you, we will continue our patient navigation program that will assist more than 900 breast cancer patients access care this year alone. Without you, many would likely face their breast health challenges alone. Thank you so much.
From the Northridge Hospital Foundation, Jill Dixon accepts a grant of $100,000.
Thank you you, Avon 39ers. The Patient Navigation Program at the Levy Cancer Center will provide thousands of low-income women in the San Fernando Valley with breast health education, access to screening and diagnostics, and improved care if diagnosed with breast cancer. We can't thank you enough! Thank you!
From the San Antonio Regional Hospital, Michael Tracy receives a grant of $100,000.
Thank you for this incredible support. We will provide breast health navigation services to ensure that every patient receives high quality and timely care. You are helping make this possible, and we thank you.
From Project Angel Food, who brought you today's lunch and yesterday's delicious cookies, please welcome Robert Buller to receive a grant of $125,000.
Thank you, walkers and crew. You guys are amazing. With your donations, Project Angel Food will serve over 175 women with breast cancer and over 50,000 meals. Thank you so much.
Representing the Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, Dr. Lali Medina Kawi accepts a grant of $300,000.
Thank you for this incredible support. This grant will help us develop a new therapy for targeting breast cancer metastasis. It will target breast cancer cells that have spread to the brain. Thank you so much.
From Dr. Susan Love Research Foundation, Dr. Susan Love accepts a grant of $375,000.
39ers, you're amazing. Your support of research will help us develop a video resource for patients and caregivers that explains complex medical topics and science to the public. We're calling it inpatient science because we're impatient. We're also going to perform 2 research projects, one looking at quality of life or collateral damage for metastatic women, and the other trying to map the breast ducts where breast cancer starts so we can end it once and for all.
From the John Wayne Cancer Institute, your medical sponsor this weekend, Dr. Maggie Denome receives 2 grants totaling $400,000.
Thank you, walkers, crew, and donors. It was our medical team's great pleasure to take care of you this weekend. Your support will help us share results of the Avon Virus and Breast Cancer Consortium and support a project investigating a novel target in breast cancer cells that may help prevent metastasis. Thank you so much for your support.
From the Norris Comprehensive Cancer Center of the University of Southern California, Dr. Michael Press accepts 2 grants totaling $400,000.
I want to thank all of you and the Avon Foundation for this support. We will provide support for 2 grants. One project is led by Heather McDonald and will provide screening and prevention for uninsured women. The other one is to support development of a new treatment for metastatic breast cancer. Thank you very much.
From UCLA Johnson Cancer Center, the home of the Avon Breast Cancer Center of Excellence, please welcome Dr. Melinda Maggard Gibbons to accept a grant of $600,000.
Thank you, walkers and crew. This grant will support the Avon Cares for Life program to provide comprehensive patient-centered services, including patient navigation, referral coordination, psychosocial services, and genetic counseling to the historically underserved communities in northern Los Angeles. The Avon Center has navigated more than 1,500 breast cancer patients since 2006 who otherwise may not have been able to access services. And this year, we'll expand services to Martin Luther King Jr. Hospital in South Los Angeles. On behalf of all the women and men we serve, thank you.
because of your incredible work, we're able to give away more grants than what you've just seen this afternoon. In the weeks and months ahead, we'll be making additional grants here in Southern California and across the nation. But we wanted to show you how your 39 is getting to work right away. Please join me in saluting and thanking our beneficiaries and their tireless work to change the course of breast cancer forever. See, I told you it was going to be worth it. Can you believe we've only been together since yesterday morning? Even though we've spent only about 33 and a half hours in close company, we'll be connected for a long, long time. We're connected by our refusal to sit on the couch while breast cancer takes the lives of our mothers, daughters, and friends. We are connected by our relentless drive to take this disease head on and not stop until it is done. And we're connected by our common dream of a world without breast cancer. We came to Santa Barbara to earn our 39, and we stand here triumphant and united in our accomplishment. As our time together draws to a close, we continue our tradition of showing the world just how connected we really are. I'd like to invite all of our family and friends to join us too. If you're a 39er because you are a breast cancer survivor who came to Santa Barbara to share your story and your power, raise your hands high and hold them there. If you're a 39er because you walked as far as you possibly could this weekend to stop breast cancer in its tracks, raise your hands. If you're a 39er because you volunteered or crewed to help everyone across the finish line, raise your hands. And if you donated to, supported, or love a 39er, raise your hands. Now reach up and join the hands of those around you. Feel the power of our connection. Your 39 here in Santa Barbara has come to an end, but the connections we made, the impact we will create, the bond we share will endure. We'll be back next year, and we hope you will be too, because there's still work to be done. There are miles to walk, challenges to overcome, and lives to save. Thank you for walking, for crewing, for donating, and for giving all you've got as part of Avon 39, the walk to end breast cancer.